Do you feel overwhelmed or that you're procrastinating on something you know you need to do? You know, many of us get overwhelmed because we don't break our projects, our tasks down into small enough pieces. And there's actually research around this, around how to be more productive so you're not procrastinating. So I have a very powerful, very simple question you can ask yourself to coach yourself past procrastination and overwhelm and start getting things that are meaningful done. And it's simply this: what one small step would help me make progress today? That's it. What one small step would help me make progress today? You know, sometimes we feel like what we have to do is so big, and we feel like we have to do it all at once. And so it's very easy to say, I don't have enough time, or I just don't know where to get started. Take the time to just pull back and say, well, what's the most important first step I could take? Or what's the next step I could take? Research actually shows that when we break things down into small chunks, and then we do a piece of it, and even come back to it later, it actually energizes us, it jumpstarts our progress. You can feel like, hey, I'm in it now. So I'll give you an example. When I'm writing my blog, which I also discuss right here in these videos, I don't do it all at once because that feels very overwhelming. I will come up with the basis of the topic, the powerful question that I want to ask, and that's it. So I can write several weeks of powerful questions, and that's enough to get me going, to realize, hey, I'm way ahead now. I know what my topic and my question is going to be 9 weeks out. That feels so good. Now I feel energized. Then I'm ready to talk about it to you. Then I'm ready to write about it. It happens in different phases. It can happen over the course of several days. But when I just take that little bit of time to get started, I don't feel overwhelmed. I'm no longer procrastinating. So what about you? What's the small thing you could do that would jumpstart your progress? And perhaps you only do that one thing today. And then maybe a day from now or a week from now, you come back to it. When we come back to something, our minds are fresh. We can see what parts of it were really, really good, and maybe we kind of add something to it or choose to do something a little bit more or different. It becomes more joyful. The process doesn't just become about getting it done. It becomes about moving towards it. It becomes about the journey. You get to enjoy it. You find the joy in the things that you're doing. And you no longer feel overwhelmed, and you're no longer procrastinating because you're actually in process. So I want you to think about that thing right now that you feel like you've been dragging your feet about because you feel like you have to have such a big chunk of time to do it. And then ask yourself, what one small step would jumpstart my progress? Write that down. Then go do it. You don't have to get it done all at once. Do this part now, do a little bit more tomorrow, a little bit more the next day. Before you know it, you will have reached your goal, and you would have done it with less stress and more joy. If you want more life strategies, just visit me on my blog. It's valerieburton.com/blog. I'll talk to you next time.